I honestly did not know where the money was going to come from, and I started to panic. Hi, I'm Shelley Hitz, the owner of Author Audience Academy and ShelleyHitz.com. And having your own business can be hard at times because cash flow goes up and down. We currently no longer use credit cards because we've gotten into so much consumer debt in the past, and I don't trust myself, to be honest. But recently we had some major things that happened with our rental property in Ohio. It's the house we own and lived in for several years when we lived in Ohio, and we still rent it out. There was a change of renters, and then there was a major repair that needed to happen, and I honestly didn't know where the money was going to come from for that repair. I asked several people to pray, my mom and my sister. I asked my prayer partners, and then I have a Facebook group for business owners who want to keep Christ in the center. It's called Godly Gain, and I asked them to pray. And if you'd like to be added to that Facebook group, just let me know in the comments below and I can make sure you get in. So I asked for prayer, but in the meantime, I was still panicking. You know, there's a balance between trusting God and depending on Him, and also doing what He leads you to do with the gifts and abilities and resources He's given you. You know, it's not just about sitting here praying and waiting for money to fall from the sky. And yet I tend to go to the end of self-sufficiency, where I'm just like, I need to fix it. I need to do it. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And it was a week ago, this past Tuesday, I had an in-depth time of prayer, and I was journaling, and I said, God, I don't know where this money is going to come from. And I very clearly sensed Him saying to me, I didn't hear an audible voice, but I just sensed Him saying, Shelley, if you knew everything right now, how it was going to work out, that would not be faith. And without faith, it's impossible to please God. And I was just like, whoa, I was convicted, because I do tend to get into that self-sufficiency. I want to see it. I want to know how it's going to work out. And in my business, I can get money from multiple places at different times unexpectedly. And so it's not a regular paycheck. And so it's hard sometimes when these things come up. Well, I had a JV webinar this past week, and it was something I'd signed up for several weeks ago. And with the signups we had and the money that I made from that webinar, it should cover the costs of the repairs and the extra expenses that we had on that rental property. Not only that, but after that time of prayer, I really sensed God prompting me to continue on and to do a writing webinar for my site, ShelleyHitz.com. And I've done that writing webinar 3 times in the last week. And the money that came in from the sales from the webinars helped cover some additional health expenses we had. And then we had another bill that came through today, and I had forgotten about that bill. It's $400. And the products I sold yesterday almost exactly covered the amount that was automatically withdrawn from my PayPal business account today. And I don't believe in coincidences. Some of you may say, oh, Shelley, it's just a coincidence. I believe in the power of prayer. And I know that God was trying to teach me a lesson once again. I mean, this has happened over and over. Teach me that there is a balance of trusting Him, relying on Him, and then listening to Him in what He leads me to do, so that I can use my gifts and abilities and resources to also be a way He can provide for me. Do you struggle with this? Do you struggle with finances and sometimes living day to day with those finances? I know that it's been a real constant struggle for CJ and I the last 3.5 years, and our business is now growing, and I hope to be at a new place later this year. But I know what that feels like. And today I encourage you to reach out to God, to reach out to Him, and to trust Him to be your provider, but then also listen to Him and to what He's leading you to do, because there's that balance of trusting and also taking action when He leads you to do something, even if it's scary or you're not sure how it's going to work out. So I'm so thankful that God has provided for us, and it continues to be a day-by-day provision. But I know that I'm on the path that He wants me to be on. I can feel it. I know that I'm being obedient to where He's called me to be. To be honest, it would be easier to go back to my physical therapy job and get that regular paycheck. But it is so rewarding to see what God is doing as He uses me and what gifts and abilities He's given me to help authors all around the world publish books and get their message to more people. So I encourage you today, keep on keeping on. And remember that when you're in that place, reach out even and ask for help or ask for prayer, because I truly do believe in the power of prayer. This is Shelley Hitz from ShelleyHitz.com.